Season 2, host Connor, and today with me I have Pitch Black, who hopefully will think about joining us for comms with everyone here. What do you think of Spain, and what do you expect from the drivers today?
But this is around the time when drivers want to get used to the game as one, and also get used to racing each other and seeing where they. Preseason may not be much about results or what happens at the end of the race, but to compare yourself to the rest of the grid is really important winning these events.
Yeah, after the first pre-season that we had in USA, it was advantage, I believe, to Charlie, who is in the Red Bull, followed by Collins and Carps. What I do like about this division compared to Division 1 is the competition is a lot closer.
Yeah.
I was happy to get some reassurance that the guys in Division 2 are clear.
Yeah, like you said, Charlie, from what I've seen so far, is a pretty decent driver. From what I looked at, really good potential for podiums and even wins. But as we see this first few hot laps going out now, we'll really get a sense of what pace these guys will have around Spain.
Yeah, with the pre-season around USA, it was more about the one-lap pace. I mean, USA is a pretty hard track anyway, so I like it as a tester to see to try and find where people are in terms of the order.
Oh, I believe he's on his hot lap.
Sorry, I went on him and he's actually invalidated his lap.
Oh, he's invalidated.
Who's next? It's one of the Red Bulls, I don't know who. Oh, Charlie actually. Yes, right on board with him. So USA, it's all about the one lap pace, kind of just a taster, really. But
yeah.
It's Spain where we'll be looking at the race pace, the racecraft, the tyre strategies. See now they'll coordinate actual race environment.
Every track is different for the drivers. There are going to be drivers that will be really fast in the USA, but will also struggle a bit coming Spain with all the low speed and high speed corners. Also keeping in mind that it's not all about pace, but also keeping aware of your tires and the heating going around all of that. So right now we're going to see who's going to be doing good around normal pace around this track, but when it comes to the race, we're going to be seeing a lot of different strategies to get the best out of the tires and themselves.
Yeah, I think it's what threw a lot of people off with the Division 1 race last week was the safety cars were coming out, and you have to almost bear in mind your strategy in the back of your mind all the time. And it's going to be interesting with most of these guys, because I think some of them do league race elsewhere, but apart from that I don't think I've seen many of these guys outside of the 5-lap lobbies.
Okay, so the first flying lap by Charlie is a 117.2, and right behind him, or her, is H. Collins, sets 117.6.
Yeah.
So far it seems to be rather close, a few tenths behind each other, but still a lot more people that do their flying laps.
Yeah, both McLarens just come across the line, but they've actually invalidated the laps, so they have to go again. Twonk coming around the final corner, he's USA into the line, it goes fastest, oh my god.
Oh
almost
wow.
half a second. Charlie must have made a mistake there then, somewhere.
Yeah. And keep in mind that the first laps are always the anchor laps to get a good time in before they really start pushing.
Yeah.
Also, Twonk
I can also tell that
tires.
Yeah, I can also tell that some of these people don't really know what they're doing because they're qualifying on the softs. Unless they're hoping for an early safety car.
Well, yeah, that's usually the strategy. It's to.
That's not a strategy. That's just a gamble.
No, but the thing is, on the medium tires, you can get a good strategy off of them, but if you are compromised by a safety car and let's say a 10th lap, and they pit in with pressure rubber right behind you, your strategy's pretty much ruined, right?
Yep. The thing is with Spain, I don't race around here a lot unless if I actually have to, because a lot of the leagues I'm in, they seem to not really bother with Spain, because it's always it's always like the pre-season track. I mean, fair play, it is a good test track, but
oh, and FR Dylan's off track. Oh, but he saved it. He's managed to keep it on the asphalt.
Yeah, Dylan needs to kind of calm down a bit. His rear tyres don't look healthy at all.
Yeah, of course, drivers still getting used to the game. It's not that new, or old, I mean.
Yeah, so
and also some new drivers.
Not that many people would have had too much experience specifically around Spain, and let alone in a race scenario. And it's
from my experience with Spain, I would say that this track really has some very interesting tire strategies, because a lot of people think that the medium tire is the preferable tire, but some people can manage to bring a soft hard tire strategy and make it work and still have the same amount of pace as the medium runners.
I was going to say, what is the preferred tyre strategy around here? Because I believe the game always said it's a medium to hard, but I've seen people before one stop either 2 stints on the softs or the mediums, but I never really know which one's faster.
Well, in previous leagues I've been in, it's always been about the 1 stop, unless there are heavy safety cars in the race, which is very possible considering the tight nature of this track.
But what I would like to see if it happens is how they react to it.
Yeah.
And what choices that they actually come out with. Because at least we'll be able to say, oh, like, that was a smart decision, or we think that might be the wrong call.
Somebody's stuck in the pit lane.
Yeah, Reese had gone and he's just, like, chopped his
and
wing
VXS, he's gone faster to 16.4.
Yeah, apologies mate if we can't really describe your name.
Yeah.
If there is a particular pronunciation, please let us know. I'll just be calling him DX for today.
Yeah, of course. New drivers, new season. It's a bit tough to get used to the names, but I'm sure halfway through this extremely big season, we'll get closer and closer to knowing them.
I think we'll be fine. I think we're better than some commentators who still keep thinking the pink cars are Force Indias.
Oh yeah.
The thing is, fair enough if it was like. This goes to like the real guys in F1 and the other commentators, but it's been long enough now to the point I think that Force India feels like a bit of an old name.
Yeah.
They should be used to
it
now.
And then watch Racing Point change to Aston Martin, and I'm going to call it the Racing Point from now on.
Yeah, but I think it depends if they actually change the livery. It's going to be an interesting one because Aston Martin, the racing colours are traditional British racing green, but BWT are still going to be the title sponsor.
Yeah, it'd be very strange to see a green and pink car on the track.
Oh mate, it will look absolutely hideous.
Oh my god. Yeah, let's hope they
If that is the case, then I hope they do something.
God, you can see the car from a mile away in the night races. Okay, so every driver currently going out to do their second flying laps.
I mean, I did a league race around here last on Sunday, and I actually underestimated how difficult the track limits are around Spain. Because the amount of laps we've all done on the old games, there are some people who've been driving this track for more than 10 years. But the track limits in this game, I wouldn't say they're a joke, they're just very brutal.
Yeah, it was really strange. Places that shouldn't have been a track limit were a track limit, and places that should have been a track limit weren't a track limit. Spain being a huge example of it last year, that last corner. Really easy to cut without a penalty. I'm sure if you've seen in the races with that F1 drivers drove in, exploiting it as much as possible. Let's hope we don't have the same problems in this game, but...
I think I remember seeing that because some of the league races they took to Twitter afterwards. They were like, "Oh, well, if we did that in the game, we get penalised." I think there is some validity. What's the word?
Yeah.
Is validity a word? Yeah. I think it. Yeah. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought already. They are entitled to say that. However, I don't know if it's like this handling model, because the cars are more sensitive on this game, but whether that would be causing too much issues or not, you don't know. It's everyone's like trying to rag it around the corners. Well, Colin's going
what I've
purple in
actually
sector
noticed
1.
Is that with no traction, because I've raced with no traction last game, coming into this game, I felt that I can go on the throttle much harder than before. And it seemed that the cars just felt like they had more downforce, right?
Yeah.
But then people are always going to get used to it, and it's going to just turn into the last game, where they feel there's not enough downforce. It's just an endless kind of thing, you know? So, oh, someone's retired from the session.
I believe he's actually retired on track, but he has set a time. I think he's just done for the day.
But that's strange, there's still 6 minutes left in the session. Must have gone on the medium tires and held it. If that's the case, good on them.
Yeah, at the minute, I think Tonk and Charlie are the guys who seem to know what they're doing. Well, I don't know. It is going to be a gamble because the safety car chances around here are just so high. But it depends if you want to take that gamble, because there's no guarantee for the soft runners there's going to be a safety car, and they only last about 8 laps.
Oh, and Figgy
anyway.
goes 5th place with a 117.3. Good pace from him on the soft tires.
Let's talk about the guys with the times already then. So Colin's currently fastest, was 3, which I swear wasn't even a thing on the last game.
Yeah, but what we know for sure is that Charlie and Twank are both going to stay on the medium tires, so they're going to keep those laps and try to...
I don't even think they will be losing too much ground come the race, because yeah, they might slip down to P6, P7 come the first corner. But it's as soon as unless someone like gets it wrong and makes a mistake in the first 3 laps, then that's on them. But I don't think you'd be seeing people start losing the cars until
around lap 5, I'd say.
Yeah, well, it's when the tyre wear kicks in, and it's always that top of turn 9 in the second sector. The upper right hander there, you need a really balanced car, and I said it in the Division 1 pre-season that that's going to get people good practicing for Australia next week, because that turn 12 chicane is going to catch people out.
Well, the race is how many laps? I forgot to take it down.
I believe it's 33.
So if it's 33 laps, we should be seeing the soft runners hitting at the very least around lap 10, I'd say.
Yeah, no later than lap 10. I believe the pit window for the softs will be lap 8. I know the mediums can go... Oh my god, I've seen Dylan absolutely fly over a curve. The mediums can go about 15, and the hards can go 22. 22 minimum.
Yeah, so we're going to be seeing a lot of medium tire runners pressuring the soft tire runners, and then finally a reverse of role where the soft tire runners will pit around lap 8 to 10 and put pressure on the medium tire runners who will be pitting around lap 15 to 20.
The point I'm trying to make with the tyre wear is, if that's when people are going to make mistakes because, for example, if they do bin it at turn 9, they're not prepared for the lack of grip. Most people, if that happens, then the soft run, and it's as if a safety car comes out, that would actually be around the soft pit window anyway. So all they'd have to do is do some kind of undercut strategy, And then
Yeah.
I wouldn't really say it puts the mediums at a harder position, because then they could just go hards. But then it becomes an issue then is, do those medium runners then go for another set of mediums, because you won't really be wanting to do hards at that point, because
Yeah.
they'll be committed to a two-stop strategy. Yeah, safety cars
Yeah,
really did mix it up. It was mixed up at some point last week for Division 1, but as soon as the second safety car came out, it just kind of levelled the field. It was within the last 10 laps, so everyone just went on the softs and went to the end.
It's all about when the safety car comes out, really. If there's a safety car on lap 1, the soft tire runners will basically put themselves into a two-stop strategy, which could make the race harder on the medium tire runners. But if the safety car comes out later, around lap 8 or lap 9, that could be a really big advantage to the soft tire runners who have to pit around that time. Meaning the medium tire runners would most likely have to cover the position as well, and most likely try the hard tires to the end. So the medium tire, I feel, is really risky, but also a really good strategy if it's pulled off without safety car interference.
Yeah, am I the only one who thinks the medium tyre around Spain is actually a little bit of a risky start tyre? Because let's say if you did start on the hards, that's like as safe as you can get. Screw it if you lose positions off the start grid, and screw it if there's a safety car. You can go into, like I said, about lap 20, then chuck on the mediums if there's a stint there. I don't know, I might do that next time if I ever have a race around Spain, just to see what happens.
Another strategy that people really sleep on a lot is the medium soft strategy. Because what could end up happening is the medium tire runners get a gap going from the front of the field, and if they manage to get a gap over one pit through missed undercut opportunity, and manage to come out in front of the guys behind them on the soft tires, they could really have a huge advantage to push in front and then pit again for another set of softs. So there I'll win the race.
Yeah. So for that, if I don't know who's that, is that Reese? I don't know if he'll be going for another lap or not. Less than 20 seconds on the clock now, so unless if you've started your lap,
Makes it pretty hard. He's gonna make it.
He's gonna make it okay.
He made it okay.
Yeah, so just Reese and Charlie left on track.
So you know what? Let's see a lap around Spain and why don't we? So down into turn 1, want to go down to 4th gear, get the right, then down to the left. Try not to go over the curb like that. Oh, yeah, and that's him off track.
Oh, yeah, I hate
and that's going to be the last slime lap.
Yeah. Charlie is going quicker by about a quarter of a second, whether that's on his own personal best or if it's purple. I'm not having the purple sector show up. I think this is only going to be a personal best. Yeah.
Oh, really good. Almost got third.
Yeah.
But yeah, those medium tires are going to come in handy.
I think all they have to do is just keep it calm a little bit, see what happens, don't stress too much, and good things will come their way as long as they stay out of trouble. I mean, I don't know if you've seen the same thing, but I've seen more accidents of the Spanish Grand Prix, like when they pull away from the grid and lead racing.
Yeah.
There's normally some kind of smash before the first corner, because the pit straight's actually quite narrow.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of course, many people know, a lot of dirty air around Spain. So
it's dirty air.
The start is extremely crucial to getting a good position in the race. So I feel like the medium tire runners are going to want to get a good start and make a gap, as soft runners want to actually overtake the medium runners and make their own type of gap for the medium runners, get the advantage from tire wear.
Yeah.
So yeah, the start's really good to define what will happen in the race. Especially for the person in first who had all that clean air.
Right. I don't know why DX is out on a outlap, because he's not even going to get round before the end of that timer. If anyone's watching, ideally Carps and Infinity. If your cars are still in the garage, you'd need to manually retire them.
Yes. Well, 40 seconds left anyways.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, the DX is not even going to be able to make it round. It's not like it's the quality time.
Maybe
it's
he's just doing an extra lap.
Timer.
Maybe he's doing an extra lap to get more memory out of the track, which could be helpful in the race.
They're all smart guys.
Yeah. So strangely enough, the bottom three all without lap times. Do you know anything about that?
Say again, sorry.
The bottom three without any lap times at all. Is it just a driver mistake or?
For Dylan, that would be driver mistake. I'm not too sure with Infinity because I think she could have set a lap. For some reason, she just hasn't. And Leroy starting at the back. He's actually Division 1 driver who needs retesting.
Yes. Okay.
So top three after qualifying. H. Collins on pole position with a 1:16.1. DX just behind him. But yeah, 3/10 off in P2. And Twonk, probably the guy who two Red Bulls who I would have not expected to beat his teammate. Starting P3, even then, it's only 6/10 off pole.
The three very interesting people to look at are going to be Twonk, Charlie, and Figgy. Because those two are going to have the medium tires, and Figgy's going to be right behind. On the start of the race being the more competent tire for the first few laps on that soft. So the start's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, I don't want to say anything like too early, but I think the likes of Reese and Carps and possibly Dylan, I think those guys might have to settle for the midfield. But you can't. I'm pretty sure if you're scoring points, you're not really going to complain.
But then again, it's Spain. You never know. All that dirty air and all the different strategies. We could have a completely different grid to what we see right now.
Since we've got a little bit of time for people to ready up, I should probably remind people that when Division 2 does start next week in Australia, the point system is the same, 25 points to the win, all the way down to P10 for 1 point. We have 1 point for the fastest lap, but we are also offering 2 points for pole position.
Yeah. But pardon, can you say that again? I wasn't... Wait, never mind.
Oh great, no formation lap. Thanks, Lee.
Oh, formation lap.
But here we go, lights and away we go. The two Alfa Romeos at the back not getting the best of starts, but DX absolutely not. Oh god. Was that a problem on your end as well?
It's fine, I'll continue on. So, currently DXS is in front, with Twonk and Charlie right behind, both getting position. Nick Figgy is in fourth, but just got overtaken around the outside by H. Collins. Oh, and there's a big crash. Oh yeah, that's about a 4-car collision right there. Figgy, Infinity, Rhines. Oh yeah, 4 cars definitely out. Infinity also got a bit caught up in.
Yeah, sorry about this.
Charlie has also lost a bit of positions. It's just gonna suck on that medium tire. As well as Twonk, who actually had a really good start and is now in second, challenging DXS, who's on the soft tires. Too bad for Figgy. He was in 5th place and had unfortunate contact with Taze and Collins to be put in last, 10 seconds behind the rest of the pack.
So with that collision, because at the minute I'm just sat at the home screen, who was it? Like, what actually happened?
I didn't get a perfect view on it, but it was as Collins challenges around the outside RHS. Yes, he's having trouble. Must have wing damage. So what happened was around turn 3, the very long right-hander flat out. It seems to. But they've recovered so far, and they're about half a pit stop behind the rest of the field.
Yeah, by the way...
Oh, by the way, 3 pit stops. Figgy, Collins, and Taze all going in for the hard tires.
I can't actually get back into the session. I need some of the guys to invite.
Here, I'll try to invite you. Okay, so DXS is making a lead, 1.4 seconds in front of Twonk. Carbs is currently challenging Charlie, who just overtook him.
When I do get back in, who shall I spectate? Is there a battle for the lead?
Right now there is a battle between Carps and Charlie. Charlie in 5th, Carps in 4th. Charlie's on the medium and Carps on the softs. Must have already had a bit of overheating problems. And there's a yellow flag in sector 3. As FR Dylan's off. But he's managed to keep it back on start.
Yeah, I'm back in now. DRS enabled. Who shall I ride on board with? I'm gonna ride on board with Charlie.
Who's currently right behind Carps. Man, a lot of talk about Charlie. Let's see what he can pull off. Oh! Can you do it around the outside? Will he do it?
Oh no! Oh, for God's sake!
Was there contact? I didn't see contact.
Yes, there was contact. He just wasn't clear. It's an accident, but it's actually really good. It was a beautiful spin. I'll give him that. But oh my God!
Yeah. Luckily, he still managed to stay in 5th, but Infinity is chasing him down. Luckily, no damage for him or Charlie, I believe.
Oh no! Who's that up ahead? Oh, that may be Nick. Who's just
Nick
gone for
some problem.
Missing wing. He just went for a spin at the top of turn 9.
Yeah, unlucky with his qualifying position. He's probably gonna retire maybe. Oh, someone's in the wall. Collins is in the wall. He managed to keep it running, but he has some severe wind damage. And better watch out for Taze behind. As Infinity is
maybe questionable rejoining of the track. I don't want to dwell on it too much. Contact. Yeah, I'm just riding on board with Infinity now.
Yeah, Carb's unfortunate that spin against Charlie. I think it was a racing incident. Has now DRS on the front straight.
Dylan
takes a 3-second penalty.
What is Collins doing? I don't know. Drama already, and I've not even seen half of it.
It's fine. I'll send you a recording maybe afterwards.
Cheers.
Yeah, I think he's having a hard time.
Don't suppose if you saw specifically if there was any problems with either of the Alfa Romeos off the start, because they did fall down.
Yeah, just bad starts. That's all I could say to it. They just bogged down, but they managed to get through it pretty cleanly, and now they're sitting in P6 and P8. Taze, unfortunately, in that contact with the rest of the guys on lap 1. Still, only 1 DNF, which is pretty insane considering that start.
Yeah, so
Charlie's behind the back.
Was Reese taken out by someone? Like, was that a result of that collision?
Honestly, I think it was just the case of there was a bit of contact and it caused a big domino effect, right?
Oh no, there's Mercedes in the gravel.
Luckily, Charlie didn't get affected by it. 8/10 behind HRYS. It's Carps in the pit lane. Going on the mediums, he's throwing on a 2-stop strategy. Could be interesting to see how it goes well for the rest of the field.
Turn 9. Yeah, at least
Charlie 4/10 behind.
At least both of the top guys, it's like they've already nailed the setup. I know some of them are actually taking part in the division.
I just heard a big crash and Collins out of the race.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes, definitely. Because I just saw Dylan actually.
HRY is in.
Almost binned it himself coming out of turn 2. Is anyone going past Collins?
This will help Biggie a lot, and the rest of the guys who had contact at the start. Sub-tire runners, including HRYS, is going to get that pit stop in the medium tires. It's going to really help them.
Yeah, I do believe 15, 21. Yeah, I think if the guys started on the softs, this is really going to play into their hands now. If they just go
Yes.
mediums, that would take them to about lap 21. And even then, I don't think the softs would make it, but they can go mediums again.
Yeah, but in my opinion, this is gonna help more people to start who went to contact and lost a lot of time going to the pit lane for their wing repairs. As Tonk gets a 3-second penalty. So yeah, they're all gonna gather back up behind the safety car, and it's gonna be a start around, I'd say, lap 8 to 9. Somebody else.
You might be right on that one, and if I'm honest, I'm actually glad there's a safety car because everyone was really getting spread out even further than last
Strangely
week.
enough, DXS has not gone in yet on the soft tires. Let's see if it goes in now.
I would say he might not want to lose track position, but I think he's
The race
he
leader's
is
in.
coming
Race
in.
leader's in.
But I think
Tom will get
even
the lead
regardless,
on Charlie.
he's already proven his pace at least over a 1 lap distance. Yeah, apparently pit window open now for the medium tyres for the 2-stop strategy. So
Yeah,
this
Connor,
is
this what we
actually
talked
perfect
about.
around.
If Charlie goes in.
This is perfect for the
This is what we
soft
talked
starters
about.
then.
That's what we talked about the medium runners being casted up by the safety car. Yeah, Charlie's gonna protect the position, going on a 2-stop strategy, going on another set of mediums. As well as Twonk, he's also in.
At least if there is
On the medium
another
tires.
safety car at any point in the race, they could just chuck on the hards now and probably go to the end.
Yeah, but they're both on the medium tires, going to the 2-stop strategy.
Right, since I wasn't here, I'll have a look at the biggest winners and losers. Is actually Collins, that's from his DNF, Nick Figgy. I don't, yeah, I don't actually think he can unlap himself, can he? They don't
No,
have a
he's
safety car.
no, he already has.
Oh, he's already unlapped
He's now
himself.
53 seconds behind.
Oh,
He's gonna be powering like crazy to get behind them.
that's brilliant then. Biggest winner, shock for me, Infinity. I think that'll be. I mean,
Oh yeah.
you can say like, oh, it's just lucky, it's luck,
Oh.
but these things still need to happen. Why?
Something strange happening in the DXS. Our race leader, as the safety car is behind him. It's gonna be strange.
Has he been told?
Oh, they're probably trying to make the safety car re-overtake them. That's gonna not work, right? Some confusion under the safety car. Yeah, you can see the safety car is not letting them get behind it. They're gonna probably have to do one more lap.
I'll see it come the main straight because I swear, like when it's all the lights that are flashing on the safety car, you don't overtake it.
Yes, what happened was the safety car is behind Twonk and DXS, so they have to do one more lap all the way around, then cut through the field and go in front of Infinity, which is going to be really interesting to see.
I can't say
They're
I've
really
actually
powering
seen
on.
this before, and I hope it's not some
Me
kind of
neither.
glitch if they've been allowed to do that because they'll be a lap ahead. Yeah, they'll probably be at the back, even behind Nick Figgy.
Well, if there was no, they wouldn't, because they're going to be able to overtake them, I believe. Those are going to be the laps.
Yeah, but they're actually like a lap ahead. Are they
It's
not?
going to be interesting.
Yeah, so I don't know what's happening here, but DX and Twonk, they're all going to
Charlie
be.
has a 5-second penalty.
That's
Carbs.
that's
For a
carbs.
severe
See,
collision.
if things like that happen, yeah, if things like that happen in the league, we can actually remove the penalties as long as no one was actually at fault.
Of course, they'll have to send the footage over.
Yeah,
prove
it's
violation.
all subject to a student's inquiry. But if it's just an accident, you know, you rear end someone at like 5 miles an hour, you get a penalty for it. If it's like any brake checking or deliberate ramming, then no, we let let the penalty stand.
Penalties deserved.
Yeah,
and
but
possibly extras.
yeah, but even if they have to serve those 5 seconds in the pit lane, we can still take 5 seconds off the race time, so it will be removed regardless of if it's actually
So
been
the
served or not.
safety car is at turn. I'd say I was turn 9.
12, 13.
Well, either way, the front two are just going around the hairpin right now. No, not the hairpin, the S's, or the chicane.
No, I
So they're making
really
their
don't
way there.
understand
Oh,
what's
safety
going
car's
on.
in this lap. Safety car's in this lap.
So, DX and Twonk, they've got about 50 seconds clear of the pack.
Oh wait, what the?
Yeah,
That's
this
a glitch.
is really, really odd, especially if they've been allowed to do something like that.
We might have
Beautiful
to
overtake
restart
there
the
from
race.
Reese. McLaren trying to hold it around the outside of Infinity. Oh,
Oh,
there's
someone's on the wall.
that.
RHY.
Oh no,
for
that's
Dylan. That's Dylan.
yeah. Dylan
Oh,
decided
be careful,
to do
be careful.
donuts.
Oh, there you go.
Oh my
His
God.
wings gone.
Shit, after
Well,
the
there's another
safety car
safety car. It might
restart.
be good because it might fix the glitch that caused them to go 53 seconds in front.
Yeah, that's actually unacceptable from Codemasters.
Do you think we should restart the race?
For pre-season, no. If this was actually a race, I'd probably ask the guys, like, do you want to restart? Yeah, I'm actually.
I mean, that's a really big advantage.
Yeah, I am a bit angry about this.
Yeah.
Oh no, Nick.
Oh,
Nick,
he's
has
gone.
gone. At the minute, I'm watching the
Oh.
battle for third with Reese and Charlie.
Will there be a safety car? If there is, that'll
No, if
probably fix the glitch.
it would have came out by now.
Yeah. Well, Dylan's not having the best race, and yeah, it's in the wall again. What damage is D2 running?
We'll be running full, but for pre-season we are only running reduced. So yeah, these cars do have damage, but it should be fairly manageable. Both Ferraris,
Someone else is
not
retired,
coping well at
right?
all. Yeah, they're dropping like flies now, and we're only a
Oh,
third
that's
way
not
through
good
the
from
race.
HRY. He left the race without retiring the car. That's gonna be an AI on the track.
I hope he is not in AI. Just because if anyone does leave the race for any... Oh god, sorry. If anyone does leave the race for any reason, and there goes Twonk into the wall.
Oh, Twonk's in the wall. Oh. Well, if it was a normal race, that would be a problem, but with
Yeah.
the glitch
People
that happened.
not really seem... I think... It's what I'm trying to say. Everyone just calm down a bit. You're all pushing,
Yeah.
and there's no need for it. What was I going to
Either
say?
way,
Yeah,
a clean driver this whole race. DXS is really showing what he has in this division.
I mean, he's so far that I've seen, his racecraft is absolutely spot on. He's got a decent amount of pace. He'll be up there for podiums.
He also has a cool head, and is managing to keep the tires in a good zone.
Yeah, and his helmet don't look too bad either, from what I can see of it.
Another good driver, Charlie, hasn't made many mistakes. Unfortunately, the glitch caught him out, but it's gonna help his results maybe in the actual season. As Twonk's in the pit lane, so maybe Charlie could have a look here, as he's on the hard tires.
It's all about strategy now at this point. They're all too far away from each other.
Yeah, I think DXS is gonna run away with this one, and I'm deciding this on lap 12. But yeah, Charlie's, I believe, is gonna come in front of Twonk. That's correct. Unless Twonk's already left. Oh, he's already gone, so.
But
That's
even
gonna
with
be
that
a few
safety car,
seconds.
DXS, he pitted, didn't he? He's on fresh.
As
mediums,
Charlie
I think.
sets the fastest lap of the race, look at that. That is not bad from Charlie. A 1:16.
Oh, that's really good for a
Yeah.
race fast as that.
So far, we've seen some pretty good drivers come out of this preseason race. And with, of
Stating their
course, not the
intentions very
full
early
grid
on.
here. It's going to be interesting what we'll see coming in the first race in Australia.
Well, yeah, I know we've not got the full grid, but we've still got most of them, and I don't mean to put it down on anyone, but to my knowledge, we have the main people who I'm expecting to be at the front. It's what this pre-season's for. It's never mandatory. I wouldn't force anyone just to do a pre-season.
Yeah,
But
and of course,
I recommend it so you get used to the competition.
there are going to be a bit of crashes. Yes, there are going to be a bit of I guess, new driver things. But as the season progresses, you're going to see some drivers really start to learn and adapt this game, and others starting to figure out what they're going to be dealing with up front.
It's just more or less how you cope with the whole situation of racing. I know it's a lot more than putting your foot down and turning the corners, but what I really want to see from these guys, because Division 2 is our feeder series, it's not just a normal second division that you'd have in a league. I want to see improvement from these, because I see everyone racing here as amateurs. I do expect them to improve, and I want to see them start pushing and start fighting for wins. And it's one of the things why we have the if you win in Division 2, you are a Division 2 champion. At that point, you cannot return to the series. So
Yeah.
I think the last 2 seasons we've had, they have been eventful, but both champions we've had previously, they've absolutely walked away with it. They ran
Oh,
away
wait, just
with...
answer me this real quick. Is the formation lap? Oh,
Oh,
that?
sorry, Charlie, back end stepped out, entering the third sector.
Well, good control. Anyways, to keep it out of the wall. But yeah, so is the formation lap gonna be up for the rest of the season, or will it be on come
It should have been
Australia?
on, because Leroy was hosting the lobby. I can only assume that he forgot to put it on.
Maybe from now on I'll set up the lobby for me too, since I have a LAN connection.
Yeah, if you're able to, I'll fill you
Yeah.
in either tomorrow or some point.
Yeah.
Right, who else can we give some
Tomorrow's
airtime?
Division 1 race.
Yeah. Oh, and I still need to chase up the other commentator for that as well. Is there anyone on track who we should probably give some airtime to?
Well, honestly, I want to take a look at our race leader, DXS, and just see his driving, because he's really been commanding the race from start to
See
finish.
if he is doing anything different to the rest of them, and already I can tell he's steering in a lot smoother. I know he's got the lead, he's probably about as calm as a cucumber in that cockpit. No,
I like that.
he doesn't seem to be overdriving the car at all. He knows where the limit is.
That's what race pace is, right? It's managing the tires, keeping a cool head, and not making mistakes. Because there are going to be some drivers in this league who are going to excel at qualifying, but not be the best of the race, and there's going to be others that are the other way around. So I think this guy is the best of both worlds, and I'm going to be happy to see him this whole season.
Yeah, as long as he keeps it up. I mean, way too soon to make predictions on him winning the championship, but he's making a very good first impression. I know of him from another league, but I've never actually seen him race personally. And he is about to catch up to a lap car. Well, it's Leroy's AI car. I'm surprised he actually hasn't came back into the lobby and trying to take control of his car.
Yeah.
He's had plenty of invites. I sent him more than one.
Well, let's see how he handles overtaking the lap car.
That's because more than likely this will happen. Well, it will happen in league racing where someone lags out and they can't take control of the car. We do have
control, and going to be past them.
Yeah, we do have ghosting off, so we can have a little bit more of a realistic racing experience, and you should always treat a car as if it's a solid object.
Yeah, in my opinion, I feel like league racing should be as realistic as possible, but not as hard as possible, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because there have been so many leagues that are like, okay, remove this, remove that. And then they end up removing the line.
Yeah, but
You can all see what happens there.
I understand why they do it. It all comes down to if they've got the interest and the audience to do it. Because me, I don't really care what assist people run.
Yeah.
I want to see the best people we can get do as well as they can, and for them to be rewarded for it.
Yeah.
Which is one of the big players that's going to be with our Driver of the Season award. As long as you turn up,
yeah,
you don't mess us around with your attendance, your racecraft's
usually
decent.
Usually it's the drivers that are the ones that have the least amount of assists on it. For example, if you have manual gearbox, it's obviously going to make you faster than a person with an automatic gearbox because you're manually changing the gears. And also, for example, there is people without traction control and without braking assist. They're going to have better braking because obviously they're not assisted, and also traction control. So, as much as you want to bring in the best people and not worry about assists, usually it's the people that don't use many assists that end up being the best. So it's going to be end up what we're really seeing around here.
Yep. That is Carps into the pits. I think those mediums have gone. I think they could have gone a little bit longer. He's going to the hards. At least he'll be safe if there's another safety car at any point. Right. That is Reese catching Infinity for track position. Battle for P6 is on.
Oh, nice. Reese getting a good comeback drive.
Both cars on the hard compound. Reese slightly more worn than Infinity's.
As Reese gets a 2-second penalty.
Yeah. No, that's stupid if you can get a track exceeding penalty from doing that. It's not like it even makes you faster.
And that's F1 in a nutshell. Is, of course, you can appeal it and get rid of it. And honestly, it'd be kind of interesting if it doesn't. But it's the drivers that appeal everything. That, even if it is their fault, those are the drivers that really shouldn't be.
But one thing that I do like about this league is I want it to be specifically for Div 2 for people who don't really think they're good enough to come in and give it a go, because some of the Driver of the Season, anyone can win it and everybody is in contention. Just turn up for the races, don't mess us around with your attendance or I can't be bothered to race. You've got good racecraft. You don't even have to be the quickest driver. It will help, but what I'll be specifically looking for is consistency in people's finishing positions.
Yeah,
and
I always tell
as long as people have
new...
nice personalities, I'm not really saying it's like a popular thing, but the less troublemakers the better, and overall the best of those people, whoever we find from both divisions, be 20 quid in it for you at the end of the season.
I always tell new drivers, to succeed in league racing, you need a cool head. No matter if you're fast in quality or fast in the race, if you're managing to keep a cool head and just race your own pace, you're going to be having good results in this league. So there's always going to be a driver that's going to be pretty hot-headed.
Yeah, no point in losing your head if you're fighting for the win, someone in second overtakes you, even if it's at any point in the race, you get overtaken, you should be thinking, right, what do I need to do to get back in front? And some people absolutely lose their minds over things like that.
Oh, the host is done. Interesting. Oh, Rise has left the session.
Yeah, he's lagged out. They should actually have invites.
Here, I'll send them a name right now. Okay, Adam.
I mean, they should have all have invited each other. Don't suppose if you can, try and invite Leroy back to the session because he was supposed to be tested. and I've hardly seen any racing from him. I mean,
No, I don't think I have Leroy.
His car is actually driving very well, if it
Alright,
helps.
that's good.
Good. Who else have we not really give time? I'm just going to spectate Carps for a bit. I do like McLaren. I'm a McLaren fan. You see, he's still in the race. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Well, Leroy's car is going to need to pit again, and so will DXS's. It's just I don't understand that glitch with the safety car. Because
yeah,
DXS
it's
almost
preseason.
lapped everyone again. Yeah, but it needs to be sorted out. Like, I've never seen anything like it. And I'm surprised something like that hasn't even been patched. Come on.
There's a lot of things. Like, I'm sure you've noticed too. Ever since like the start of this game, if you've gone into career mode or my team, and during quality. Oh no. Yeah, but I'm sure you've noticed when you've done career mode and time trial at the start of this game, during quali and then the race, when you'd see all the times, they'd all be messed up. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it still happens. I hate the glitch. I'm sure you've seen it in the race as a commentator. It's like on the opening lap when all the positions just jumble up where they're not even right on the timing screen. That's the one that really screws me over, because I won't know unless if I'm actually watching these positions change if they're actually legitimate or not.
Yeah, this game, I don't know what it is. It's just, it's undescribable.
I know it's new, but it seems to be that there's more glitches game after game, and they're taking longer and longer to fix them. Like Cody's, they're trying to sort things out for career mode. I don't want to wait until October until we've got a game that we can actually play properly.
And what usually happens is they'd patch one thing. It's like one patch leads to another glitch, and then one glitch leads to another patch, and then content never comes out, and then they're always patching, and then just give up altogether. And that's what happened with F1 2018, if you remember.
Yeah, I remember that was borderline unplayable, like actually unplayable. People couldn't even join lobbies in the first week of that game coming out. It was either 2018 or 19, I'm pretty sure it was both of them, but for about the first 3 months, people, you'd be in online and people's gamer tags weren't showing up anywhere.
Yeah. Luckily, yeah, and even in the pit lane, drivers would go in the pit lane, and on track, they would say that they were at the back, and then they would jump to the front. It was, yeah, there's a lot of stuff to be fixed as Infinity comes into the pits, and hopefully, by the near start of the season, around maybe Baku time, that most of the glitches will be gone. But you just gotta cross your fingers and pray.
Have you noticed as well, when an F1 game goes to the end of its game cycle, the glitches seem to come back, or the servers start really messing up?
Yeah, I've noticed that.
You could tell at that point that's just when Codemasters don't care anymore.
Codemasters, I don't know what to say. I don't know if they're just not paying attention to the community, or if they're legitimately having trouble fixing the problems.
I wouldn't really say they're not listening to the community. I do think that they have their priorities mix and match sometimes. Like they seem we must get career mode done. For me personally, I've not played career mode properly since F1 2017.
Yeah. Same with me in 2019. I haven't touched it yet. Just to play 19.
Yeah.
But have you noticed that? Honestly, I would give up my team just for all these glitches to be fixed. That's how bad it is.
Oh yeah. No, I mean credit to them. Like they do. what I'm trying to say is at least we've got something like that, and especially when they bought in the Formula 2 cars last season, I was not expecting that. But I do, if they are going to do that, I expect it to work.
Like, I understand, like, all this content, it's really nice. I actually really like my team. It's fun. I mean, I've expected a bit more from it, but it's still fun overall. But I wouldn't sacrifice like glitches. I wouldn't sacrifice.
It's the gameplay.
The gameplay for content. Like, that's when it crosses the line for me. If you can't race in a session, then what's the point of having all this nice content?
Almost a bit like Call of Duty lobbies when you play in. Got this really nice shooter, and the lobbies never work. Similar thing.
Oh, Tong had a problem, I believe. Oh no, DXS.
Yeah, he did box. Not that he needed to, but those tires.
For the fastest lap.
Yeah, those tires can go to the end. Let's have a look at the fastest lap. Anyway, I forgot which one it was.
It was from Charlie, I believe.
Yeah.
116.
119.2.
119.2. Still a really good lap.
I mean, to be fair, where's Charlie in the grid? He, the top three, despite these issues, top four actually, they've all got time, if they wanted to box at any point and have a go at the fastest lap. I mean, DXS, he's doing it now, but I'd say maybe even by about lap 30, just pop on the softs and see what you can do. I'm going to ride on board with
what are some drivers that aren't here today that you think would have a good going this season?
I really want to see how good the Williams pair are, because in the Discord server they've been very quiet, and I do have high expectations from everyone, and I think it would be a shame if we find out that they are always at the back, considering the Williams in Division 1, they are absolutely brilliant, that pair. I don't know.
Songs in the pits.
Yeah, I don't really know. I don't know what to make of this at the minute. I mean, that I'm aware of. We've got two people racing around in AI. We've got two people that are about almost a lap ahead because of a glitch safety car. And we've just got people out of position. So yeah, testing. It's not really giving us an accurate picture of where people stand in terms of.
It's DXS fastest lap 117.8.
Yeah, that's a brilliant fastest lap, by the way.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah,
Red Bull pair looking actually pretty quick.
Yeah, I think the Red Bull pair, they're going to be consistent. Definitely expect them to challenge for the constructors. Don't know about McLaren. I wish I could say the Mercedes, but because I know who the other Mercedes.
Someone's up.
No, it's just driving slowly.
Which means that Charlie's gaining pretty fast. This could be interesting.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's slowing down just so that these two can battle.
Okay, it'll be fun for us then.
Yeah, not fun if they're actually trying for the fastest lap. Unless they're going to try and give each other DRS and a bit of a tow.
Oh, slipstream.
Cheating, as I like to call it.
But
I know it's fair.
In my opinion, I think it's better to be spaced apart because, the dirty air.
Yeah, well, Charlie went purple in Sector 2, so something somewhere is working.
Either way, it'll be fun for us commentators. So, watch something battle.
Oh no, of course isn't. This is his run now. He hasn't got DRS. He's about 1.3 seconds back. Yeah, so he must have set that purple sector 2 while he was on his out lap. Would you call it for this soft when you come out the pits?
Yep. Either way, let's just watch him. Charlie's going a bit wide. He saves it.
Yeah, I thought he was going on the grass there. Ooh, DXS warnings.
He's really pushing for that lap.
I mean, at least Charlie's Red Bull, it's under control, but I'm noticing that he's driving it very aggressively.
Yeah. I mean, it's what I like to call controlled aggression, which is really common around Red Bull drivers. I don't know why it's just Red Bulls, but
Probably just a mentality Helmut Marko looks for. Ooh,
oh, and it's
Twonk.
Twonk. Nice lap by him. A secured fastest lap.
By 2
First
tenths.
over Charlie.
Fair play to him.
But Charlie's, he might go for a look, if you think, or will he just play the team game and stay behind?
Well, if he's trying to catch him, he's not doing a very good job at it. He's just about killed his ERS. His teammate has slightly more than him. And he's not really gaining in terms of his drivability. I think him actually...
Oh, but something happened.
Yeah, I saw his back end step out. Not really in a way you can have a look for an overtake in this sector. You have to wait until the end of the DRS
on the grass
zone.
a bit there. Man, big lift through that corner. Isn't it flat out in quality?
Yeah,
That corner?
it should be flat out in the race, especially at this point.
Ooh, Twonk. He's really pushing that car.
Oh, I think one of them already went for a half spin earlier on. Yeah, it was Charlie when he was going up the long right-hander.
Let's see if Charlie will have a look into this next one.
He should have DRS
Twonk's-
now. He's about 8 tenths behind.
Yeah, let's see if he got it. Oh, little flag. There.
Who is that?
Ah, it's Infinity. Oh, but Charlie's gonna try it. Down the inside.
Oh, don't crash, don't crash.
Oh. Ooh, nice
they made
overtake
it.
over there. Oh, but no, he's defended it. Nice.
Yeah,
That's a really good.
great rule
Little
tool
battle
between
there.
these two. We don't have anything up for grabs in terms of the Constructors' Championship, but it's still a title they can fight for.
Reputation, I guess.
Yeah, well,
Who is the number one driver at Red Bull? Let's see.
Yeah. You two sort it out now, since you are on the same tyres and you're the closest battle on track. I want to see who's the quickest out of you two starting from now.
Oh, big gain over on the braking there. Don't want to see a repeat of Baku 2018, was it?
Yeah, 18. I don't know, something like that might happen when they get to the end of the main straight.
Hey, don't be wishing for that.
I'm not wishing
I know
for
we
it.
want a safety
I'm just
car,
saying
but
maybe it might happen. Not that I
We'll
want
see.
it to happen. I mean, I'll absolutely laugh my head off if it does.
oh,
Twonk going on the grass, it's
Shall
lost
we
a hell of
try
a
it?
lot of momentum, keeping it in the middle of the...
Charlie
track.
showing a cool head. That's good. Not throwing the car in where it wasn't wanted.
problem Charlie is going to have now is if he's running in like rich and overtake, he's actually going to overheat his engine.
And
So-
tires.
Yep,
And
and he'll
barrier's
lose
probably not
even
helping.
more pace down the straights.
Ooh, in the
You
grass
can,
again.
you can close up in the corners as much as you want, but there's hardly any way you can overtake.
Okay, there's a DRS zone over here. Let's see if we can do anything
Yeah,
about it.
that's if they both make it through the corner. Charlie has to lift again.
Yeah, those tires are a little bit sad right now. I think it's a good word for it.
Sad tyres. Blisters are just
Ooh,
tyre
it belongs
tips.
a bit wide.
Ooh,
Ooh,
that was beautiful. I'd love to see that on
How
the
you
replay
say
again. Just
that, I don't
slow it down like slow-mo replay. Saw the
Charlie's gonna
Ferraris
have
do it
the
earlier.
decision
Yeah,
here.
surely he's got it now, but he's got next to no ERS yet again. Neither does Twonk, but he's got it done. Now I want to see like how does Twonk react to this? Because if they're both this good, I admit I know Charlie's got decent pace with him. I didn't think Twonk would be this good as well, if you know what I mean. Like they're almost neck and
well.
neck in terms of the pace.
Maybe it could be 2010 all over again. When Red Bulls were dominant. I think it was 2010, right? Yeah.
pretty much that entire era, 2010 till 2013.
The season of Sebastian Vettel, if you don't know.
I still say the season of Sebastian Vettel is 2011.
Yeah. Sad to see him in the condition he is right now.
If I'm honest, I really don't care.
Wow, that's ruthless.
Well, who really does he have to blame? I know the SF1000's an absolute shed with wheels attached to it, but Charles bringing it to the podium, and all Seb's doing.
Oh, did I tell you that 2020 Ferrari is under protest for copying the 2019 Williams? Yeah, I'm a Ferrari fan, but to see Ferrari like this kind of makes me want to slap myself in the face.
The only thing I like about Ferrari is the colour of the car. That's it.
Yeah. Gotta be honest, the management in that team, not the healthiest.
It's not even the management, it's the whole ethos of Ferrari. It's not been successful since Kimi won the championship in 2007. Even then, well, they only just blood who won that one.
There is to argue in 2017. They were pretty strong, I'd agree.
They started strong. To be fair, I think with that, in 2017 the Mercs just got off to a bad start.
Yeah. In my opinion, if they played it differently, they probably could have won the championship. But just being said.
Definitely not 2017. I think I saw that season
as 2018.
I saw the 2017 season as a development season. And yeah, that was when Ferrari were messing up a bit. But I have to admit, the 2018 Ferrari, that should have won.
Oh yeah, okay, I meant the 2018 one. I don't remember the exact years. But yeah,
let's
the one,
see if
the last...
Twonk can maybe hang it round the outside. Wheel to wheel, please save Spaceman. Oh my god.
Charlie is not going to be happy about
spatial awareness, about 6 out of 10. We saw that earlier on, like one of the McLaren's getting spun around.
Yeah. Man, I can't believe you missed the first lap. That was...
Yeah, I know. But I'm going to watch Infinity at the minute, who's chasing down the AI of Reese's 6th place Ferrari. But just in front of them it is DXS. We are on the final lap now.
Ooh, okay. So Charlie has to do it now, if never.
Yeah.
There's only really
not a lot.
one spot they can do it in. And it's coming up.
Yeah, I'm going to have to ride on board with DXS because he is winding through the final few corners. I didn't expect him to be this quick, consistent, but he's made it happen.
Man, just look at him.
And he thoroughly deserves to take the win in pre-season testing. That's Twonk ahead with Charlie as well. Oh wow,
winning the race a lap ahead.
Yeah, I know it was to the safety car, but I think regardless of that, he's managed to put himself into that position anyway. And I have to say it, I knew he was always decent, but oh my god, he's actually a contender, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm just trying to watch Infinity overtaking AI Ferrari. It's actually quite entertaining. But while they're battling away, Carps is coming across the line. P4 and McLaren, I mean, really good job just to keep that on track. Leroy actually beating the McLaren on penalties. Oh come on. Infinity, get some more aggression. It's an AI, it's not going to bite your head off if you try and overtake it. But yeah, again,
but I think it's time to talk about the guys that didn't make it today. Because I think there was some good talent here that just got unlucky. For example, Figgy, RHYSN, Colin.
Yeah,
some
Reese,
guys here.
Colin. Yeah, it's a shame.
Didn't get the show they had. But you know, head down.
I think overall we do have a talented grid, and even with the drivers who aren't here yet, I'm not expecting them to be the quickest. I'm not letting the AI be driver of the day. But people like Feedback Gaming, I can't wait until they come back. I hope Zenix Josh is having a nice holiday for the time being. And
Taking a selfie over there.
I really look forward to seeing James on the grid for hopefully next week. And I really want to see the Williams there. I want to see what they can do. But that is the race. DXS taking the win for Racing Point. Twonk doing a really good job to get P2 in the final stages and taking the fastest lap as well. Charlie in P3 for Red Bull, I think, yeah, something needs to happen if anyone's going to challenge those two for the Constructors. Leroy finishing 4th for Alfa Romeo, Carps bringing it home in P5 for McLaren, Reese taking his Ferrari in AI mode and getting it into P6. Infinity actually doing really well, just got a bit unlucky. It's a bit more experience on D belt, I reckon you'll be perfectly fine. DNFs today were Dylan, Nick Figgy, Collins and Reese. That
Carbs with that 21-second penalty.
Ooh.
Oh, would you look at that? Twonk and Charlie both with 6-second penalties. If one of them didn't mess up, you could see how it could change a race.
Yep. Right, what I'm going to try and do now is some kind of podium interview. I'll try get them all in. It's going to be a bit of a pain trying to find the gamer tags. I need Twonk inviting to the party. What's DXS's like full gamer tag? Yep.
What was that safety car?
Yeah, it was really irritating.
Yeah, interesting safety car there in the race, Charlie.
I know.
So, from your side of the race, you were one that got caught right behind the safety car, I believe, and got into quite a bit of a battle with Twonk at the end there.
Oh yeah,
How did it feel?
It was a painful safety car, but you know, I just carried on, came home with a podium, so can't really complain.
But yeah, so you two got into a pretty good battle that really helped the commentators make the race funner than it was.
I was just happy having a conversation, to be honest. I mean, I'm really good at talking absolute crap, if I'm honest. If we are going to do this, everyone just make sure your voices are set to share if they're not already. And if not, please point yourselves in the right direction to do that.
Let me do that a second. Settings. It should be. Oh, I need to find it.
Should be party settings and
yeah, I've already done it. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Party settings. Go to party. Allow your voice to be shared. Allow always. Yeah, it's good.
Okay. So, if you don't mind, I'll start with the first question.
Okay.
So, seeing the pace you guys had with DXX, and as well as you, Charlie, and your teammate Twonks, how will this be held up for the rest of the season, and what do you expect to accomplish by the end?
I mean, getting podium was quite good for both of us, I guess, but I guess we'll just try and be chasing him down each race to get the better of him.
Yeah, I think it was an interesting race, but I think we could hopefully catch him and hopefully go for constructors this year.
And Connor, you have anything to ask him?
I think the pair of you've really exceeded my expectations, particularly you, Twonk. I knew that I think it's going to be really good for yourselves, and it's going to provide a bit of a nice show, because I don't actually know throughout the course of an entire season out of you two who's actually going to come out on top. But it's especially from the early part of the race, because on my end I ended up lagging out. What actually happened at the start? How was the start of the race? Like, what was your perspective of it? And that's to both of you.
I had a spin into turn 2, I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was Collins that went into me. But I got put on the track, back on the track with no damage, and I kept going. And then after that, we had that safety car, and then I was pretty much a lap behind. And then everyone was spread out, so we decided to make it a bit more interesting, you know.
Yeah.
Give something give people something to watch.
One more question, and this is gonna be a bit of a tough one for you guys. Over the length of the season, if you guys, would you guys make team orders? And if it was a team order, who would you guys prioritize in terms of team championship?
Depends who's leading in the championship.
It depends the situation. It depends the situation. Who's fighting for what, really? And
but if we're both
in
to win, then we'll just fight each other. No backing off.
Yeah, it depends on the situation, really.
Okay.
Fair play to you.
Is that all the questions, Connor?
No, I've got nothing else to ask them. Is DXS in the party or not?
No, he's not.
He's not.
I'll tell you this is not here, but I'll just quickly comment on what I've seen from him. He's not really been active as much in the server, so I don't know a lot about him personally. I know that he does race, but he's done really, really well. So if he does see this at any point, I'm proud of him, and I hope that he can actually keep this momentum up, and I hope for his sake it's a good confidence boost, because he's got some talent that needs to be showed to people, and the right people need to see it. So I hope he does stick around. In terms of that, is there anything else from anyone else?
Nope, that's all the questions we have for today.
Cool, so Nhrl activity for the next week or so. Division 2, round 1 kicks off next week in Australia, same time, invites at 7:15. Lights out for qualifying would be 8 PM. That is exactly the same thing that's happening for Division 1 tomorrow. Don't miss it on the Division 1 channel. Live, round 1, it's happening. The season is starting. In terms of our Tuesday events, the Monaco Rally, Q-Tip, Luke Beck, Taze, Leroy, and Feared by Gaming, you have until Sunday at 10 PM to set your times in, otherwise it will go down as a DNS. So if you want to get some points for Monaco Rally, please post some kind of time so we can actually do the standings. That's all from me. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching it to some extent. If not, I hope you've enjoyed listening to us ramble. We'll be back again next week, and it is the serious business this time. So have a great week, have a great evening. I'll see you next time.